Day 86. Reborn as the ideal you. Yesterday, I was having a conversation with one of my clients, and they were telling me, Jerry, I actually beat my numbers from last year, and I'm on track to actually hit the goal that I set for myself when I started the year in January. And in having the conversation with them, I was like, man, that's awesome. That's really cool. Then I asked him, was like, well, what happened to the goal that you set with me? He's like, oh, well, Jerry, that the goal that I set for myself in January was my stretch goal. I'm like, well, isn't 10? I'll get specific with the numbers, but he sold 2.5 last year. I thought he had sold 4 last year, but he sold 2.5 last year. This year he set out to get to 7 mil. And when we started working together, he decided that his goal was now 10 mil. Great, fantastic. And things started shifting. Things started moving because he was living in the ideal state. And then when he hit 5 mil, he realized, oh man, I'm about to make my stretch goal, no big deal. Things are about to slow down in business because that's typical for the year. All the news that's happening, all those things, all these little bits of things says, you know what? I'm not the $10 million man anymore. And so I asked him, okay, how are your results? He's like, oh yeah, man, I totally reverted to the old man. I'm seeing that I'm doing all these old things. I'm fighting with my boss in my mind, all this stuff. And I was like, fascinating. And then I asked him, do you believe that it's going to take more work or less work for you to make this grand goal that we set with each other? And he told me it's probably around the same amount of work. I was like, so why aren't you being that person now? And that's what we're going to jump into today. Reborn as the ideal you. Look, we've been working on this idea that I am imagining all the time, that I live in a mostly imaginal world. And if I imagine meaning on autopilot, desperation, frustration, anxiety, upset will be the result. Who is the ideal you? What I want you to do from here on out is start to explore you. Do you do things that you do not like? It's not the thing that is causing you the pain. It's the choice you are making that's causing the pain. Remember in the first week we said the girls giggled and he was upset. Not because of the girls giggling, but because of the meaning that he is adding to the girls giggling. What story are you telling yourself? What are you assuming to be true about you? Who is it that you choose to be in this world? And as you are being in this world, going through your normal day-to-day, are you coming from your old self? The one that makes excuses, the one that doesn't move through, the one that doesn't witness what it is that they are creating? Or are you now the new man, the one who knows who you are, knows that the actions that are being taken isn't them, but rather the state in which they are living in? You could, at the end of this 90 days, decide that this is all BS. And I don't know what I'm talking about, and go back to blaming the outside world for the circumstances of your life. Or you can decide this is how you operate. You are who you choose to be. No more excuses. If you want to be the ideal you, you must be the ideal you. All right. How do you know you've moved? How are you breathing? Are you doing old behaviors that you do not like? How often? How often are you doing those old behaviors that you do not like? And how often are you doing the new behaviors that you do? How much are you coming from your ideal state? And how much are you coming from your old state? Remember, if you're saying that this is hard, it will be hard. If you're saying that you are struggling, then you will be struggling. And if you tell yourself you are the man or the woman that you want to be, you must be that. And then you turn on your light, turn on your consciousness, and just witness. Witness your body do the thing. Witness the frustration, witness the fight, and then ask yourself, who am I? Start coming from the solution, not the problem. Explore the solution. Explore the solution. If you are identifying with the 3D reality, you will always try to solve that problem. You will always be in the try state. It's just like looking for lost keys. As long as you are looking at it from the problem, you can't find the keys. If you start looking from it from the solution, as in, this is what I would feel like if I had the keys, no longer dwelling in the state of, I can't find the keys, I can't find the keys. Every time you say, I can't find the keys, you can't find the keys. And here's another trick. It's not about the words, because you could also say, I can find the keys, I can find the keys. But what's behind the words? It's the desperation. It's the tone. It's the sense of ease or lack thereof. Are you coming from the ideal you? Who are you giving birth to? See, it's your conception of self. You planted the seed. Now you witness. And the more you put the doubt, the more you put the worry, the more you put the frustration and ignorance and lack of consciousness into the seed, the more the seed will rot. And the more you put the light, put the consciousness, put the understanding, put the learnings that already exist in you into the seed. Let it cultivate, play with the soil, garden your mind. You will see a flourishing garden. And though some days it might rain, and though some days it might storm, there are the days that it mists. There are days that are cloudy, and then there are days that are full of sunshine. But either way, the sun rises on that day. And as without, so within. So who do you say that you are? So you're 2 times 5 and you're 3 times 3. Just play with this today. Am I being my ideal me? How can I be more? How much of this day was I more of the ideal me? How can I cultivate more of that? How can I play with this? Because focusing on that one thing that you're worried about is keeping you stuck. It's keeping you from moving. Be quick. Do the thing. No more multitasking. You already are that person. You are who you desire to be. That's it. That's all. Peace and hair grease.